Hello, beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. Welcome back to another Marriage Mindset Mondays. If you are joining me live for the first time, my name is Allison Wellington, certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with busy professional women to teach them how to attract and keep the partners that they deserve. Last week was our first rendition of Marriage Mindset Mondays, where I am working with my ideal clients, busy professional women who are like me, who are like you, that may have some struggles in their dating and relationship life. And they're looking for some advice, they're looking for some guidance, they're looking for some support so that they can improve how their love life is functioning. If you are interested in being a guest here for Marriage Mindset Mondays, where you get the opportunity to get some free coaching every Monday here on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, then I am going to drop the link for you to apply. But if you're someone who may be a little squeamish in front of the camera and you prefer to have some kind of private coaching, I'll also drop a 30-minute private one-on-one VIP session link as well that you can schedule so that I can help get your whole love life together. So at this time, I am going to introduce our guest. Her name is Lena, and I'm going to turn the microphone over to her so that she can let us know who she is, where she's from, and how I can help. Hi, Lena.
Hey, Allison.
How's it going?
It's good. It's going well.
Okay, good. So let us know where you're from and how I can help.
My name is Lena. I'm from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
My issue is I dated a guy for 2 years, and he was more like a chameleon.
Mm.
And I think I stayed longer than I should have because of the gifts and the things that he gave me. But one of the things that I wanted for him, which was very important to me, was for him to attend church, and he did sometimes, but he didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of our biggest issues.
And you guys are no longer dating.
No,
Is that why?
one of the reasons, yes.
Mm-hmm. What are the other reasons, Lena?
Um, he's a cheater. He's a
Mm-hmm.
cheater.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you said dating. So just so we're clear, because when I use the word dating, I normally mean not a committed quote unquote relationship.
No,
Two
we were in
parties.
a committed relationship. We were in
Okay.
a committed
Okay.
relationship, so I said dating, but I meant we were in a committed
Yes.
relationship for 2 years.
Hmm. So now
Mhm.
I want to know, why did you lead with the we are not seeing eye to eye on attending church and what our spirituality looks like, and not lead with the cheating part? Like, why was tell me more about
Bec
that.
because, um, he had told me of his past, and he thought that I was holding his past against him, but I was not. But it was
Hmm.
things that the pattern that was forming during the relationship. So that's where, um, again, the separation came in.
Holding his past against him. Tell me more.
Because he told me all about his past and the things that he done, but I was like, okay, that was in your past, and I wouldn't hold someone's past against them. We all have a past.
Hmm.
So in moving forward, though, he started moving the same way he was moving in his past. So that to me brought about the issues. And when I would tell him, he would deflect and everything, he would never own up to anything. Oh, it's my fault that, that he did this or did whatever. So,
Okay. Okay. So the first thing that I would suggest, and then I'm still going to do a little bit more digging because I feel like you're holding some stuff back. But the first thing I would suggest is we have to talk about the non negotiables. I talk about it every week. Your non negotiables are the behaviors and traits that a potential partner must seemingly have in order for you to date them. So if you
right.
didn't realize it before, we now know that someone who is equally yoked in terms of what a walk with God looks like, what spirituality looks like to you, needs
Mhm.
to look the same to them. So that
Correct.
means that we should be asking a series of questions. We should be paying attention to very particular behaviors so that we can assess whether or not the guy in front of us has a similar walk, has a similar relationship with God, has the desire. That's not something that we can train or teach people. That's not, I shouldn't say that. That's not something that we should expect someone to change for us. Could you have an influence? Sure. Right. I'm sure we've had friends and loved ones who have influenced us in lots of things in our lives. But what
Mhm.
we can't do is have an expectation. This is a must have. And I'll take a guy that has some of it, or I'll take a guy that has most of it. And then hopefully I can train him on the other things. Because then if he doesn't change, he's not wrong for not changing. You've now wasted your time. And I'd actually challenge and say you've wasted his time, because other than the cheating, we ain't talking about the cheating part, right? We're talking about the spirituality part, because you knew what it was. You
Right.
dated
And
me
and I
anyway.
did, but I
Mhm.
think it was more so the gifts and you know, the treating me to this, I think that's what sucked me in.
Mhm. The gifts. We didn't, this is news. Tell us more.
And it was so strange. Like when I first met him, I had a flat tire.
Mhm.
So he was like, "Well, I'll come and get your car," because I worked where he lived. He said, "I'll come and get your car and, I'll take it to the shop, to get the flat fixed."
Mhm.
So I gave him my keys, and we probably were only dating a month at this time. And I
Mhm.
gave him my keys and I let him take my car. And, I didn't even, I guess, think about it. It was just that he was, offering. So I end up having to get a new tire. So he
Mhm.
bought my tire, and I don't know what happened, but anyway, it ended up I needed 3 tires, and, he paid for everything. And, it was that and the dinners. I mean, all of the stuff that he would do for me, I believe that's what sucked me in.
Mhm.
And and no, that's not a good thing, but that's what happened.
Right. And please know, while I appreciate the gifts, please know that that's strategic, right? Many
Mhm.
times when we realize that we're lacking in certain areas, he knows that the cheating is coming. He knows
Correct.
that that heartache is coming. He knows that that heartbreak is coming. So I'm going to soften the blow, because what you're not going to do is you're not going to be a bum and a cheater. Like that's outrageous. And most women are not going to take. We'll take an L on one thing and not the other. Like, oh, he don't really have a lot of money, but he's a good man. This is what he
Mhm.
right. Like, so we're willing to be a little flexible somewhere, but what you're not going to do is be homeless, be broke, and be abusive. Like you got to pick a struggle, right? And
Right.
so what you did is what a lot of women do, which is what we excuse certain behavior because something else is something we never experienced before. Especially if you're a formally educated woman, especially if you're a professional woman, you many times are the first in your family to be doing well for yourself, to buy a house, to have a degree. You're accustomed to being the person that everyone relies on financially. So when you get to kick back and you get to relax and you get to be cared for, when you're accustomed to being the caretaker, it's a nice feeling. However, what's not nice is being with someone who is disrespectful. Because the joke is that cheating many times doesn't have to do with the act in itself. Many times it's not the sex with another person in itself, but it's the lies and the deceit that hurt us more than the actual act itself. So,
Mhm.
what made everything end? I know you shared with me off camera that things ended 3 weeks ago. What was
Mhm.
the straw that broke the camel's back, Lena?
Um, we had went to dinner, and we were supposed to be going to a jazz thing on a Friday night,
Mhm.
and he caught me the Friday, and he has a son that was in the hospital, and him and his son don't have the best of relationships, and so he was like, "Oh well, I can't go because of ABC or whatever." And I know that was not the reason. And
Mhm.
so, I told him, I said that, that's it. That, that was it for me. Because he would he's like a chameleon. They change to fit whatever,
Mhm.
that was him. But at that point, it was just enough for me. It was the
How do
straw that
you
broke the camel's back.
how do you know for a fact that he wasn't with the son? Only because they don't have a good relationship?
Right. Every time, well, and this is out of his mouth. Every time he went to the hospital and the doctor had something to say, the son would ask him to leave the room.
Mhm.
But on this particular night, oh no, he wants me to come because he want to talk to us, you know. And if a doctor has something to say to you, my son just got out the hospital. He was in the hospital for 4 weeks. If a doctor has something to say to you, it's usually in the morning.
Mhm.
They'll tell you whatever in the morning because that's what time they meet. But no, this is not going to happen till this evening. I was like, oh, okay. But for me, as I said, it was the straw that broke the camel's back because it was just a lot of buildup of, other things as well.
Okay. Okay. Understood. So, what are your thoughts? What are your next steps? Are you thinking about taking a break from dating, throwing yourself back out there? Like, what are you feeling right now, and what are you thinking about in terms of next steps?
Um, for now, I just want to get myself together. My thoughts, realign what it is that I want, and be more specific. Don't um, go for face value. Just love me more. That's what I want. I do want to date again, but I think I may need a little break to
Mhm.
realign my do's and don'ts.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm. 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 Absolutely.
mhm,
So, you did say love yourself more. What does that look
correct.
like?
Mhm. Mhm.
What does it look like? When you say what does that mean?
Just taking time to do some things that I want to do. I love to travel. He wasn't so big on traveling, so I didn't go. Um, as far as out of the country or to a different state, I didn't. So we did a lot of things, but we did it here.
Mhm.
But just get back to living my life the way I used to
Okay. Okay.
before him.
Beforehand. Got it. So, these are the next steps I would highly recommend for you, Lena.
Hmm.
Number 1, I need you to be done done.
I am
Done
done
done.
done.
Okay, so you have not spoken to him in the 3 weeks?
I have not spoken to him at all.
Did he reach out to you?
He did not reach out to me because I text him and I told him, this won't happen to me again.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
Mhm.
They will famously circle the block. They
Now we broken up and got back together, broken up and got back together, but no. Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just putting it out there as you have
Okay.
already seen the pattern. They are famous for circling the block. I need
Hmm.
you to be done done. If you feel like, well, let me take a step back and say, I like my breakups to be based on things that are undeniable. Now, we can have our suspicions around whether or not he
Hmm.
really spoke to a doctor, whether or not he was really there for his son. It doesn't seem like this is 100% concrete, which is what causes me to be fearful that you might fall back in because it's not 100%. All right, why are we shaking our head? Tell me.
No, because I know him.
Mhm.
I I know him. That's why.
Okay. 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 Good. So you made up your mind. We'll roll with that. What I
Okay.
would recommend that you do, the holidays are coming. Sometimes we get a little weak in the knees, right?
Hmm.
Oh, we did last year, Thanksgiving, we did it, right? You start thinking about and reflecting on family and all those types of things. If you haven't blocked him on everything, I would. If there are items that are in your home that he owns, I would package them and leave them on the porch, right?
Hmm.
I would, if there are any relationships that you have because of him, maybe you and his sister used to get together once a month, whatever, like any relationships that you have as a result of being with him, I would put those on pause for a while because if you want full separation so that you could really do your healing, and if you are getting constant reminders and you're smelling his cologne or in his shirt at night, Like, it's not going to help you to heal and move forward. Okay.
Mhm.
The next thing I would do is I would get that solid list of non-negotiables. Again,
Mhm.
the behaviors and traits that you must have in order for your husband to be your husband. And I would make sure that I put fidelity on there. I would make sure that you put anything around like your spirituality, or has a similar walk, or has a similar relationship with God, seeks a relationship with God, and all of the other things that you recognize that you must have. And also some of the things that you recognize he didn't have, and now you know you must have it. Write them down. I tell my clients that they need to be less than 10. I really like a good number around 7, a heavenly 7, less than
Mhm.
10. Why? Because I don't want you to have a list of 30 and then we're creating an avatar of a man who does not exist. It's unreasonable, is unfair. Okay, less than
Right.
10. Once you have that list, now when you start dating again, you will be actively paying attention to what are the things that he's saying and doing, and do those things align with my list? And if they don't align with the list, then you already know you have to keep it moving. And what we're not going to do is invest another 2 years into someone who is clearly an inappropriate match.
That's true.
Clearly an
That is
inappropriate
true.
match, right? I do
Correct.
believe that people deserve second chances, but we're not
Mhm.
doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
Oh,
chances,
yeah, yeah.
right? And mhm,
We've done very many, so
very many. And I'm
yes.
glad and I'm proud of you that you've put your foot down and
Mhm.
that you've decided that no more, and you're not going to move forward with this, right?
No.
And the
Right.
last thing I'm going to leave you on, and you've already alluded to it, so you know this already, is about loving on yourself.
Mhm.
If there's anything that you have not been investing in that you know that you need to in order for you to fall in love with yourself more, do it. I don't care how deep or shallow. It could be as deep as therapy, it could be as shallow as braces. I don't care what it is. Do something for you so that it makes you feel more confident as you walk through the world. You want
Right.
that confidence for yourself, right? Because when you
Mhm.
are more confident, you achieve more in life. When you walk with a different air, you are presenting yourself in a different light. It attracts a different type of person, a different type of lifestyle, right? That's for yourself.
Yes.
And then also by default, the more confident you walk, the more beautiful you appear, the more a positive energy you exude. That's going to also help you to attract the types of guys that you want to be with, right? It's going to
Right.
elevate the types of guys that you attract as well.
Mhm.
So I want you to start investing in you. If there's anything that you've ever felt was less than, or that you weren't confident in, do it. Work on it. Pay the
Mhm.
people, get the help. Do what it takes for you to be able to walk differently, because that's going to have an impact on not only how you feel about yourself, which is most important, but
Mhm.
also once you decide to get back into dating, who you attract. Because what we can't have is that we're not leveling up and we're not working on becoming better versions of ourselves, but yet we have the audacity to complain about us not getting the best versions of others. That's not fair.
Correct. That's correct.
Yeah, does that make sense? So again,
It does.
twofold. So we're getting that list. What are your non-negotiables, your must-haves? Make sure you check out my YouTube. I have tons of trainings, like full-length 1-hour trainings that talks about vetting and discernment and your non-negotiables and questions to ask and behaviors to pay attention to. So you'll check that out. I'll make sure I link it underneath this video as well. And then also, what are the things I need to do to level up so that I'm showing up as the best version of me for me, but also by default for everyone that I'm in relationship with? Does that make sense?
It does. Mhm.
Yeah. What
It
questions do
does.
you have? What do you think that we still need to resolve?
I think that's basically it. And I just want to say that I'm really an introvert when it comes to um dating.
Mhm.
So that's something that I would have to work on as well.
Putting yourself out there more.
Correct.
Yep. So get the list, right?
Mhm.
Pick one thing. And I want just one thing that I need to work on blank, right? Inside
Mhm.
or out. Start working on that thing. Once you
Okay.
start work, I'm telling you, your confidence is gonna be like this when you walk different. You know what? I need to get my closet in order. I need some new clothing. I want to feel more stylish. I want to
Mhm.
feel more mature. I want to, whatever it looks like. You start doing that thing, and it's going to propel you to feel more confident, to go
Mhm.
out more, to socialize more,
Okay.
to network. Choose one thing, and that's going to help you to feel more confident to do that thing. And if that's not enough, then you're going to start looking for some Maybe it's a confidence coach,
Mhm.
right? Maybe it's a dating coach. Maybe it's
Mhm.
a therapist. Invest. And this is you. This is your life. You deserve to
Right.
live the most full life imaginable.
That's true.
Okay, so
That
you
is
can do
true.
YouTube University at first, and you can do Googles at first and podcasts at first. And if you've hit a ceiling, which is the nature of the game, because all of the advice that you'll find online is super
Mhm.
generic, it's not tailored to Lena, right? So
Mhm.
you're gonna hit a
Right.
ceiling of, I just need a little bit more. I just need a little bit more specificity around my needs. Then find the
Mhm.
people who gonna help you and pay them and get that
Correct.
help. Okay.
Correct.
All right, Lena, it's been a pleasure. I hope that this has been useful and valuable to you. Thank
It
you so much
has.
for finding the time.
Thank you.
All righty, talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, folks. So this ends our week 2 of Marriage Mindset Mondays. I hope that this has been valuable to you. If you are looking to be the next guest on Marriage Mindset Mondays, I've already put the links in the comments. I'll make sure that it's underneath the videos and the caption and the comments and pinned and all the things. If you are a little bit more shy and you would prefer a private session, a one-on-one VIP session, I'll also make sure that I have the link for that as well. At the end of the day, I want you to make sure that you are walking away with a tidbit, something that you've learned from listening in for the last 30, 25 minutes that's going to help you to take it to the next level. And my number one piece of advice is to constantly work on you. There is no reason in the world that you should be ending your life the same way that you started it. We should be growing, we should be evolving, we should be excelling, we should be taking it to the next level. So again, I hope that this has been valuable. Thank you, Lena, so much for being an amazing guest, for sharing with us, for being transparent with us. And I hope that this advice has been helpful. And to everyone who's been watching, I will see you on Wednesday for our live Q&A here on YouTube and on Facebook. And if you're on Instagram land and this has been valuable to you, I want you to come over to YouTube. You can click the link in my bio, or you can comment or DM the word YouTube, and I'll send you the link expeditiously. All right, folks, have a good one. Bye.